is in the mail, so the old saying goes.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I maybe even said it once. What happens when you get a check you never asked for? That's a great deal, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, too good to be true,
scam,
right?
I understand. There was a woman who fell for it, or did she fall for it?
She didn't fall for it. She stopped and called me first, which was a good idea. It's one thing to get those lottery letters saying you've won. But what happens when the check comes in the mail? It may sound more and more legit, right? Well, it piqued one viewer's interest, and she thought she'd better call me.
Breezy DB's works a lot just to make ends meet, so a break for lunch like this is a quick stop. When she got a letter saying the lottery she played 5 years ago actually came through, she was skeptical, but hopeful.
I'll be optimistic. What if? I can always use an extra $60,000.
And unlike the thousands of other offers in the mail or email, this letter gave a phone number and actually sent her a check for almost $4,000. Breezy just had to pay for the processing.
And they said because it's coming it's coming into the United States, there's a fee that you have to pay to get through clearance.
Clearance? They wanted her to send them $2,700 first, and then they would send her the rest of the $60,000. Well, this sounded pretty fishy to her, so she called me. Good thing she didn't send these crooks any money.
The check is from Citizens Bank of Rhode Island, but it's forged. Sure, it looks like a real check, but when you check records of the check's number, 817-084835, it wasn't written to Breezy, and it wasn't for $4,000.
These rip-off artists are just crawling under the woodwork.
California Attorney General spokesman Tom Dressler says anytime you get a check for any amount, you should think before you cash it.
Well, if you cash a check, then and it's a phony check, then the bank's going to come after you to get their money back.
Leaving you paying double, the money for the check and the money for the bounce check fees. As for Breezy, she just wants to stop North Pacific Lotto before anybody gets suckered.
I'm mad. I want them to get caught. The reality of them getting caught is probably they're not going to, but I wish they would.
And you would be amazed at how many of these scams are out there. It is difficult to find these people, but it is not impossible. Breezy is filing a complaint with the Attorney General's office, which everyone who gets one of these should do. You could also file a complaint with a postal inspector. This is mail fraud, too, and any check that comes in the mail claiming to be free is something you should think twice about and read that fine print before you're cashing this at all. In the end, this could end up costing you a lot. And if you have a consumer problem you can't solve, let me try. You can call the hotline 916-374-1343, or you can go to CBS13.com. Send me an email under the Call Curtis section. But you should never have to pay money.
No.
If you want something, you want it outright.
But